Welcome back to Rising Advocacy. I'm your host, Samantha. In today's topic, we'll be talking about effective communication and advocacy. Now, just to recap, we discussed how mental health affects individuals with disabilities. We also discussed mental health conditions like OCD. We came up with solutions for mental health support, like emotional tracking worksheets for patterns on individuals, free online trainings, group check-ins, AAC for nonverbal individuals, and free hotlines or counselors. Discuss main topic of podcast. Now, many people with disabilities struggle with effective communication due to social differences. Social differences could include different social cues, like not picking up as much social cues or even being too direct. Now, with advocacy, effective communication is very important. Now, I will be discussing the definition of effective communication and how to work on it. And I also want to discuss that it's okay not to feel comfortable with eye contact and express your preferences. Even I get a little creeped out by eye contact sometimes, so it's all good. But the definition, and we're going to talk about the definition of effective communication tools. Now, this is the definition of effective communication tools. Effective communication means sharing thoughts, feelings, and needs clearly and respectfully. It's not just about talking, it's also about listening and responding thoughtfully. Tools are examples and advice or tips to help with communication, and these are tools and strategies we can use. So use clear verbal expression. Say exactly what you mean. So try to be direct, not rude, but direct. Use written or typed communication like notes, emails, or text. This is if it's hard for you and you get a lot of anxiety. You may want to prepare before the meetings or when you need to communicate your needs. Use body language such as nodding, gestures, kind of what I'm doing in this video. Like I'm nodding, I'm doing this. That's what you could use to show you're listening and you're actively responding. Practice active listening by rephrasing what other people say. So rephrasing would just be like someone saying, "Oh, I don't like eye contact." So you don't like eye contact. That's what rephrasing is. So you understand and you're getting a fuller picture of what they're saying. I noticed that tends to help me. Like as someone with autism, sometimes I don't fully understand what people are saying. So me rephrasing it back to myself helps me comprehend it more. So set conversation preferences. Like if you're uncomfortable with eye contact, say, "I'm not comfortable with eye contact, but I would like to discuss further with you." So to show that you're not trying to be rude, it's just something that you prefer to do in like conversations. Use visual aids like graphs or diagrams to further get your point across if needed. Now, sometimes people will push your boundaries. So what do you do if someone pushes the boundary? Restate your boundary politely. Say, and I'll use the eye contact one as an example. Say, "Hey, I appreciate not a lot of eye contact. That's why I don't look directly at you. I'm sorry, but that's just the preferences. I listen better." That's how you could say it, very politely. You could shift focus back on your main topic. You could say, "That's not the point that I'm trying to get across. The point I'm trying to get across is this and the main topic of your discussion. If it's possible, you could bring in an ally if possible, like a friend or like a family member if you need your boundaries to be discussed. Document the incident if necessary. So just document, like, if something's bothering you, document what you're experiencing. If it's with the manager, like, you would document it. Like, hey, I had this encounter with them, it wasn't so great, so maybe they could work on it when they get talked to. End the conversation if you still feel uneasy. No one should be crossing your boundaries no matter what. So if they do continue to cross your boundary, just end the conversation. Say, I'll talk to you another time. And so the conclusion of today is effective communication builds advocacy and confidence. Practicing and self-expression are key ways of speaking up for yourself and others. Now, for open discussion, I do have worksheets that I provided to help if needed. I'm going to show them to you now, but also another thing, put comments below on any ways you either got disrespected, like with boundaries, or how you could go about saying certain things. Let me know. And effective communication without eye contact. This is for autism-friendly advocacy worksheet. So it goes over the definition of effective communication again, what we discussed before. It goes over the key strategies that I named, like clear verbal expression, say exactly what you mean, using specific words. It goes over written and typed supports, like notes, agendas, follow-up emails, body language alternatives. It's like nod, use gestures. It's gonna go over active listening, repeat key points back, or ask questions, and to set your communication preferences with people, to know your listening style. Like, hey, I don't like eye contact because it makes me not listen as much, like, because I focus too much on it. So you could do that. Like, I've been there, but I know it's hard, but you'll get through the boundaries once you set it. And you want people who are gonna respect your boundaries regardless. So that's the people you're gonna want around you, not ones that go against your boundaries. You wanna be comfortable. So visual aids, that's what it says. It says bring diagrams or bullet points to guide the conversation. And then it shows why it works in this sheet. It says message is clear, respectful and professional, supports your comfort while achieving your advocacy goals of speaking up for yourself. So then I have a bunch of practice questions that you guys could answer if you feel comfortable. And then some scenarios that we could go over, like a service provider keeps trying to get you to make eye contact with them during a meeting. Practice telling them your preference. And you're at a doctor's appointment, you need to explain a health concern. Practice using notes to clearly describe your issue. You feel other person didn't fully understand you. Practice summarizing what you said and asking if they understood. You could even follow up in an email later on if you're like, ooh, maybe they didn't understand me fully. That way you could get your point across more thoroughly. Now, thank you for watching this video. It's a pleasure. I'll see you next week. I wanna do something like a little more fun next time. So I'll see you then. But have a good rest of your week, or good rest of your 2 weeks. But yeah, bye.